We're a gaming cafe. We offer a safe and free-to-use space for anyone to come and geek out. When I was younger growing up, there was nowhere you could go and be a geek. You were frowned upon being a geek. You hide the fact you were a geek. And now I think being a geek is something you should be proud of. And there should be a place where you can come and say, hey, I'm a geek. We've only been open 6 months, but we've made quite an impact on people. We have people who come in who wouldn't have dared speak to anyone, and now they're coming in and they are thriving in our certain groups, winning competitions, making friends, and just all right, coming out of their shells. We are going to be building a sensory room for if you've got sensory issues like autism or anything, you can come in and bring your little ones. Halifax takes everything in its stride. Progressive, change come along, we go with it. Something stops you, we move past it.
You good?
Yep.
Oh, okay. So, right, we shall begin. 3, 2, 1. So, starting off, I play 3 Young and 3 Foxy. Basically, these are the ones you definitely want to max out punk-wise, because these are obviously one-card combos. Obviously, with Foxy Tune, you need another card, but still, it's pretty much a one-card combo, because it can just be any card to discard with it. So you definitely see these. Then for the one-offs, 1 Dino, 1 Jericho-Sai, 1 Man and Spider. You always see these in your combo. I never really enjoy opening Wagon or Man and Spider, because obviously all Wagon does is have the spell, all Spider does is have the trap, so it isn't particularly great to open, but it's not the catastrophic end well. And Jericho-Sai's bonkers. This is the one you want to have an off Dino all the time, because he's got this really good effect where during your opponent's turn you can pay 600 life points and immediately resolve Secret Summon in 1 pump. So that's where Amazing Dragon comes into play, because it can just bounce everything into mass destruction of your opponent. I don't get here because I'm scared of that. Literally, it. I just don't want to play too many cards that just make you lose control. So but this is the
Is there any bans of this? Because I see loads of one-offs. I presume that the one-offs you don't draw them, or just resolve one you win.
No, you never really want to draw them. I mean, I'm not first of opening. I'm not first opening Sharakusai or cards like Psychic Tracker as well, because obviously they're part of the main combo. But if I open say the trap, then it's kind of pissed, because potentially not a second draw off your spell. But opening Dino is fine as well, because you can send the Monk to summon it. But quite the one-offs aren't the greatest to open. I'd say that's the biggest deck. So yeah, that's all the points of them. For the Horus stuff, 3 Seti, you have to play 3 of it. It's literally the best one in the deck. It's a plan as well, and I just think it's broken. And then 1 Dormitep, 1 Happy, 1 Queb. Just more names to see, because obviously King's just that strong card. Obviously use mainly these 3 to go, or even with Seti, go to a good generic rank 8s that you can with it. Usually I try and not use Seti, because it's basically got a Dingisu effect, non-target set out. Your opponent controls from the field to the graveyard, which I think is the same, but that only happens if another card you control leaves the field because of the opponent's effects. But still, I think the cards. I try and use I try and use Jam Dragon Drive to go to one of the Caesars, and then I play 2 Fenrir and the spicy Dragon Ruler Redox. So the reason why I don't play 3 Fenrir is because 3 level 7s in total is fine, I guess. I know I can see why people would want to play 3 of it, but I think 3 at times can be bricky, and this deck already runs doing test hands. Some of the hands I've opened, can be bricky, and I just think that one cool. But Redox is so good because it's a free discard. You can discard it from Kingsar, you can discard it with Foxy. It's insane. I think it's great because you can just summon it back from the graveyard. It's such a free summon. But yeah, 2 Fenrir I think is just funny. It's easy. Playing 3 Fenrir because of the level, and then Psychic Tracker because it's just nice to have a level. It's just nice to have an extender, just a literal generic summon. And what's quite good about Horus stuff as well, as well, is that they have their generic summons from Kickstarter, so that's just broken. But yeah, Psychic Tracker is just great to have because then it helps you try and keep Sharakusai, because sometimes you don't end with Sharakusai and able to just use it for the full armored stuff. And then traps. So I found hand traps. The hand trap lineup for me, I thought was quite difficult because I don't know what to put in. Droll might be an option, but again, not many people would I've seen quite a few people not made it, so it was really hard. This is what it came down to: 2 Ash, 2 Vela. Good, obviously really, I should be playing 3 of it, but like mainly have to cross out. But you definitely play multiple copies because you definitely want to see them. They are really good. They are really good this format. 3 Nibiru because it's just absolute powerhouse card. If you can Nibiru fight and take high play right, they just instantly die because this deck can just OTK so well, and then what deck can't OTK well? I'd probably say control deck, but and then 3 and
I've seen a blue deck can do that, mate. I've seen a lot of decks that can't do that.
Yeah.
The other thing that I was actually thinking is if you're playing the Veiler at 2, see lots of people playing the Weird Ghost Girl instead of it. It's like but they take damage as well.
Oh, and Warner. Yeah, Warner's interesting. So the thing is with Warner, you have to do it on the sun, I believe. So it's like it's good, but I just think that the problem in this deck is you play Psychic Chem Punisher. Mainly, you want your life points to love your opponent, and Ghost Warner doesn't really help. It's a good card, don't get me wrong, but for a deck like Punk and playing a fantastic synchro like Pep, it's just too risky, I think, because Pep's like one of your main OTK cards. It's so like, it really hurts your opponent a lot. They struggle against the card. But I can see why people play Ghost Warner, but then yeah, that's why I don't really play it. Also, like, and also
as in,
sorry, say that again.
Doesn't go on to hit more than one monster?
I can't remember. I haven't really played Ghost Warner for a while. I can easily type down on here. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I never realised that. I think again, like I said, even it's good. Like you can like burn your opponent, a Veiler that can burn your opponent. But like I said, if it gets into like a math grind game, and Pep's quite good at that.
Yeah.
I don't want my opponent's life points to be lower than mine, so I just didn't want to risk it. I did put it aside, but I never really used it. So
the only thing that came up for me, on Veiler, was that I can feature Magma as well. So I can activate it with a Flamberge or whatever, and then just run a monster they summoned.
Yeah, again, like I said, it is good. Like the risk of playing Veiler is going down during opponent's turn, but yeah, like it is a good card, but at the end of the day, I'm just not really taking a risk with that. You never know. I might side it for like time if my opponent's over first. So you never know.
True.
And then 3 out because for some reason this card's absolutely broken again. I remember it being on release and it was fine for the first 3 weeks and just been like come back from there. As much as I love to play Called By, I'm already playing 43 cards in the deck, and one thing that I kind of don't. I always want to try and keep that at 40 as best as possible. But if it's a deck that is going to go 40 cards, I try and play like 43 max. I don't want to go over that. It's just the fear of wrecking, pretty much. And both outs just as strong. And also having thing that can stop hand traps and other cards. That's in 3, I think. But if you want to play Call By, definitely Call By. I mean, like it is a really good card. And the obviously because you never want to play multiple copies of this card. It's just too tricky. Like the effect great and decent if you open it, but no, I think it's better at 1. 2 for each is far too pretty. And then 3D, the next one on deck, 9/1 combo, it's running over dance. Yeah, Italy, it's broken. And then 2 can suck. So I know that a lot of people who play Horus will play with this, but one thing I always quite hate with Insetti is playing through it. For some reason, I add it with Insetti and then I draw a second one off Insetti, and I just don't really like it. I just want to try and see something else. But especially since playing the spell as well, which is also treated as I think like 2 is fun. Yeah, again, like 3 isn't great necessarily, but you just want to see like stuff as well, like to like help you out. So 2 is fine, and then 2 was the Imperial Tomb. So obviously this is the new card from Fantasy Nightmare. And for those of you that don't know what it does, it's basically it becomes King Sarcophagus while in the field zone, and then during main phase, you have a Horus from your deck hand and place 1 card from your hand to the bottom deck, which was really handy because there's a few cards in this deck, like I said, I just don't want to open it, I just want to switch off. And this card was so handy for that, so it's really good. Again, like biggest con is for a draw format. Don't want to lose the draw, but like this card's just so good. But 2 is fine. I 3, 4, 2 bricky. Far too bricky. We don't really focus on the second effect because Horus, the Black Flame Deity, is shit. It's not too great.
I don't even actually know what the Flame Deity does, so I can't even like question that.
I've seen people play one of it. Obviously, I can bring it up. So yeah, so basically control Horus and King's Office. You can hand one card from your hand to the 1 card onto the graveyard. Then if it takes up Horus monsters that in face of Horus that I control, except Horus. Horus acting deity or face up King's Ophagus. Leaves you the opponent's card effect. I can switch on this card in my hand, and then I can send all other monsters in the field to the graveyard. So it's good. Obviously, like it sounds good, but like I just don't want to. It's just not that great. The way you have to summon it isn't. It's okay, but it's not the greatest in the world, and that's why I don't really play it. Like I played it for it's been a while since I read it. And then for the last traps, Dangerous Gabu, because why wouldn't you not want to play a searchable imperm in the deck? It's insane. Also, it's kind of a time card because against the OTS championship, basically I tried to in time with this card, and that was by activating target one of his monsters, but sadly he had spells destroyer. I can't remember the name of it. It was a Viking spell. Oh, I think it was Skyburn, yeah. That got rid of the monster that I targeted, and sadly, targeting monster I was following, which was Spider. If Spider had stayed on the field, I would have managed to win that game. So it is what it is, though. But I think it's insane that you were able to imperm. Right? Obviously, it won't activate from hand. Excuse me. Yeah, obviously, it won't activate from hand if you don't control a card. But still, I think it's insane that you are able to have such a imperm. And then I played something quite interesting. So I played the Full Armored Exceed package. And it's the only one I made there. And I think the full armored stuff is fantastic. It's just another way to get disruption. And some of the best way to do this is fantastic. And the trap is brilliant because obviously if I open it sucks, but if I have a field spell, I can just put this at the bottom of the deck and then add it on Fortress. I'll explain why later, why that's really important. But some of the best ways you can do is just cut things are and use Lancer, target the trap, add it back down, discard it again, send another Horus. I think it's insane. It's one of my favourite ways to do it in the deck. So yeah, 43 cards in total. I always use deck this all the time, but at the moment it's the best version of Punk at the moment.
Last time I saw this Punk Theory, we went with Teal Theory, so you know what happened there.
Punk. I've seen Punk, Runic, Punk, Therion. I just think that the Horus stuff is just too good not to play. Like the Horus is so good. I love it. And then for the extra deck, Rising Heart, if this card gets ashed or in for that matter, it does suck. Like it hurts a lot, but it's part of the combo, so it is just draw the outcast. And yeah, so you play that just to get Dino and Wagon out. Those are all your main target. Fang to get field spell, and then you go into Jeffrey Drive, and then Light and Posse Greed, which is insane. One amazing trend. This card is insane. Like I said, with Sharakusai, during your opponent's turn, just pay 600 to make this, and then since you've got 5 level 3 psychic monsters with different names in your graveyard, you can just board wiping everything. So basically what it does is when it's synchro summoned, I can type cards, my throws up to the number of level 3 psychic monster names that I control or that in my graveyard and return to hand. So that card busted and doing it on your opponent's turn just helps a lot.
I only knew of this because I was playing Virtual World at one point.
Oh, Virtual World's great. I do Virtual World. To be fair, I was thinking of running Yen in this deck because it's another level 3. Also, it's a tuner as well, so that helps. And also, it just helps me to keep Sharakusa on the field, which is great. But yeah, Amazing Dragon, insane card, need to play. It's so good. And then One Jam Dragon Drive. Again, this is another broken card. It's sync summon or special summon by the effect on card. I can pay 6 life points and take 1 level 3 psychic from my deck, either add it to my hand and send it to graveyard. So, funnily enough, you can just add Ghost Stone because Ghost Stone is a level 3 psychic. So that's really cool that it can do such hand trap out. But again, it's got another really good effect where if your opponent responds to a Punk card or effect activation, once it's in the graveyard itself, and because that was a Punk effect that summoned itself, you basically use that to add. So it just helps so much to get follow up. So if they respond to a Amazing Dragon, you just go, okay, I'll send back Dragon Drive. Insane.
Since the next can make, I've only noticed if I remember a DNO Chaos Ruler thing. How come you're not playing Scarlight for a burn for time?
We're playing a King Giant Trainer. That's the burn.
Oh, right, okay.
Scarlight is good. Yeah, that's all good. Scarlight is good, but I think we've got to be careful because obviously because remember, Vikings, they have a lot of stuff that trigger when they go to the graveyard, so you just got to be careful of that. And even, yes, it does suck if you open, a spell or trap, but you're playing way more monsters, so your chances of drawing a monster are extremely high. So, yeah, that's what we go and do for burn. But this, again, your life points are going to be lower than your opponents, so, burn barely comes up. But Skull isn't a bad choice, don't be wrong. And then this card, Synchro in the game, Change Your Mind, Pet is phenomenal. This card, it's insane. It's insane. I remember testing with this deck, played against Centurion. My life points were lower than hit, and he basically tried to do the following. He was imperm target pep, nothing happened. Super poly, tried to use pep's material, nothing happened. Used the Centurion trap, I think, to pop pep, nothing happened. Zeus, summoned Zeus. Tried to wipe everything. He did was just wipe his entire stuff out, and pep was still there. So like that's how broken pep is. But what makes this card good, obviously, is as well is like you're playing a deck that reduces your life points to do stuff, and pep also helps you reduce your life points. Like I guess like it's kind of bad time, but like at time got a tactically skewed because time is scary. It's just and then one Baron because again like I just don't get rude. You mainly see something if you have Red Ops for and then for the Xyz monsters, so for the rank case I play Galaxy Special Lord for the ones in the game. You can this before, but that's if you think so. And it's a really good as well. It's great. I love Hope Harbinger. Like, I think Hope Harbinger is brilliant. The biggest card I think though of the deck is it does lose easily. It was just too evenly matched, but you have Baron and great, and then Xenophon. So with Xenophons, if you know you're playing against Fire King Snake, play this because this just prevents. Basically, what it does is you detach material from this card, and your opponent, the player, cannot summon a monster from the graveyard. This would be the last thing you would do, because obviously you've got Horus in the grave. But with Xenophon, it's because Viking Snake, one solve it, they can't really put much back from the grave. So that's pretty good. Also, you do when you do the activity, you also display card effects. So that's just another neat thing to have. One Dingisu, that's the same. It's just good to have. Like if that comes up, but it's there. It just saves my ass so much in the game. And then, like I said, we have don't tell, come on, don't tell.
Once you're playing, I swear, I watched it for the entire. Slow playing was not on this match. Not his life points.
Yeah, no, oh god, you shouldn't so play anyway, especially with this deck, never, because your points are obviously low. I had moments like times it's like it's almost over, and I don't think I've ever played so quick in my life because that's the risk of playing.
Well,
when you get used to the deck numbers, well, you know what you're doing.
Are you doing the Jake Quincy thing?
Sorry?
Where I think it was him on the feature match where time was about to be called and he did full combo 10 seconds flat.
Yeah. Basically, that's what I'm trying to say. If you get used to the deck, basically just under 10 seconds, and just as long as you have a massive monster to swing over that can do enough life points. So that obviously. Then one Garunic. So we do play some Viking, some meta. Garunic is interesting, but I think it's still good to have. The fact it's actually some base and destroy all of the monsters on the field. And yes, it destroys, but it helps a lot. And I think this card's great to have. I think it's good to always have some form of airborne wipe. Or monster wipe, sorry. One Zeus, because if you're playing a bunch of these monsters, you've got to play Zeus. I am trying to find a way to I might potentially cut over Garut or coaching. Maybe Garut for what's it called? Typhon, isn't it?
Yes, Typhon.
The evil yeah, Typhon. Tempted to play that because that card is also quite good. So I might play that, but definitely have to play Zeus because, like I said, bunch of these monsters, you've got to play it. And then the Xyz armor stuff. So Torpedo attached to draw card. Again, what's so good about the deck? It does a lot. Droll is irritating, but if you don't get Droll, then happy days. And also, Torpedo is the equipped type for Flanders. And it's really good, actually. So you use it to equip onto Lancer, and if Torpedo equips a monster, it gains following effects. So if